Rated M for mature.
Don't let your kids watch it!
Hey there, Artie!
ケイチさん、なるべく屋根の中央を維持するんですのよ。わずかの高みを生かすんですよ。
Get the high ground! Satoko and some of her classmates cheered Keiichi on, but there were some who were cheering for Rena too. Why? You're cheering for the mass murderer! To them, this was no longer a fight to the death. It was just the second round of their water gun battle. A club activity is a club activity, and a game is a game. But the stakes are your lives. This was just the second round, so nobody would die. No, I'm pretty sure someone's gonna die, even though they had real weapons. Nobody thought they would get hurt. Uishi's gonna go, my person! When they're like right at the edge and he's gonna fall off onto the tractor. And then hit his head and get a concussion. And suffer in the hospital for 3 weeks on life support before flatlining, leaving his parents grieving, and then leaving the town. Eventually they get divorced, and they never find love again. But no, nobody will get hurt. Rika wasn't cheering. She was just looking up at the rooftop.
こんなの見たことない。
Rika thought that to herself. She thought Keiichi would win, not just against Rena. Rika thought Keiichi could even destroy the walls of the maze of tragedies that had no exit. He is the protagonist.
狙撃犯は何をしてるのかね。人質に危害を加えようとしているのだぞ。直ちに射
Yeah,
殺した
Utaga's
ま
like,
え。
bro! Utaga's the only one that actually has his head on straight, and everyone's like, Utaga, you butt! Watch the fight! As Utaga yelled into the radio, Mion screamed for him to stop.
違うよ。レナを撃たないで。レナはもう違う。
No, she still is.
さっきまでのおかしいレナじゃない。あのレナは違う。だから撃たないで。
違うとはどういう意味かね。見たまえ。現に狂気を振りかざしているじゃないか。明らかな殺意だ。射殺しないと人質が危ないのだよ。
とにかく違う。レナを撃っちゃいけない。
I know she doesn't want Rena to die, but like, Utaka is being based right now.
もしもレナを撃ったら、ケイちゃんはあんたを殺すよ。
They were going to drive Mio to the hospital to treat her head wound, but the ambulance driver's just too captivated by the fight.
断言できる。
どうして私をなのかね。
あの二人は殺し合いを
Are
し
you
てるんじ
sure
ゃな
about
い。
that?
ただ撃ち合って火花を飛ばして遊んで
That
るだ
sounds
けなんだ
very
よ。
naive.
見てわかるでしょ。そしてケイちゃんは語りかけてる。自分がレナと対等なことを。対等というのは一番信頼できるということ。ケイちゃんはレナの目を覚ませる。いや、もう覚ましつつあるんだよ。レナの悪い夢はもう終わりつつあるんだ。
Oh yeah, Keiichi definitely would kill the guy if he shot Rena.
ケイチ君はやっぱり最高だよ。
This makes no sense. Rena, you're trying to actively murder him horribly, and you're like, you're the best, I love doing this.
君だけは殺
Then
したくない。
don't! Put the weapon down!
君がいない世界はさぞや退屈だろうと思うよ。
なんだか照れるお言葉痛み入るぜ。んでどうするんだ。その宇宙人の侵略があって大変じゃねえのかよ。
Imagine if I split the final video into 2 parts and just use the sunset version of this thumbnail as one video and then the nighttime version as the other one.
宇宙人なんて寄生虫なんてなんだかどうでもいいような気がし
Maybe
て
she
くるよ。
is getting better.
世界が滅ぶならいつでも好きな時に滅べばいいし、御三家の陰謀なんて知ったことか。
ああそうさ。たとえ明日隕石がぶつかって
Keiichi!
地球が砕け
The
ると
last
したっ
time you
て。
talked about that, the weird, mysterious mass death with no explanation happened.
今この瞬間より楽しいことなんて他にあるもんか。
チェ、それにお前毒を盛られてて今夜で死んじまうんじゃねえのかよ。余命の短いやつがピンピンしやがって。
She's like, my throat itches like crazy.
そうだったね。すっかり忘れてたよ。私は今夜中に首をかきむしって死んでしま
Have
うん
you
だ
tried
った
not
って。
doing that?
なんだよ、自分で作った設定だろ。忘れるんじゃねえや。ほれ、たまには首をボリボリかきやがれ。分かってるよ。 もう痒くなんかねえんだろ。そりゃそうさ。首を引っかくより。
私たちはもっと楽しいことをしているんだもの。
I'm willing to bet the anime version of this scene is not like 30 minutes long. I wished it would never end, but my body was screaming. I was breathing hard and felt dizzy from lack of oxygen. My upper body felt as light as a piece of paper, as if even a slight breeze could take me away. It really had been a blast, but I needed it to end soon. I felt the same sadness as in the water gun fight. Back then, it had been declared a draw.
今回はどうなるだろうね。
さてな、一つ言えることがある。最高に楽しかったぜ。
I jumped backwards and slammed the roof of my bat. The sound was as intense as a huge drum, and the noise woke up to the people who were captivated by our fight. The silence returned, and the chorus of the Higurashi filled the air.
じゃあ、
Oh, he turned off the Get Psych
一
music.
度間合いを開こうじゃねえか。
そうだね。次の一撃で今度こそ決着をつけよう。
We started to move slowly and increased the distance between us. Everyone realized it. This fight was ending very soon.
じゃあ最後の最後だ。もう一回確認するぜ。
なんだっけ？
おいおい、この戦いはお互いかけてるものがあったのか。
Oh.
お前、そのために戦ってたんじゃなかったのかよ。
そう
I
だ
love
ったっ
the
け？
flute music.
ごめん、忘れちゃってた。
ちぇ、仕方ねえやつだな。確認するぜ。まずは俺が勝った場合だ。俺の専属メイドになってご奉仕三昧の前に来た。人前ではこれが私のご主人様ですってちゃんと紹介するんだぞ。
可愛い服じゃないと嫌だ
Rena,
よ。
you think garbage is cute. You're gonna be fine.
そこは任せろ。監督の完全監修のもと、古式ゆかしいオールドスタイルから、
Okay.
ちょっ
By
と
little-
ドキドキな改造メイド服までいろいろと
Little
取り揃え
dangerous
る。
better mean that there are like places to put your knives in the uniform.
もちろん特注でレナにぴったりとフィットするサイズなんだ。すごいだろ。
すごいすごい。負ける気はさらさらないけど、なんだか
Alright,
楽
I
し
guess she's into it.
次はレナが勝った場合だ。
I paused for a moment.
レナが勝ったなら俺はレナの話を信じる。
Rena was happy until just a moment ago, but that expression was suddenly wiped from her face.
宇宙人が地球侵略に来ていて、俺たちの頭の中には寄生虫が入ってる。そしてそれを園崎家が暗躍してて秘密研究をしてて、世界は明日から宇宙人に支配されるって話を信じてやる。
Keiichi, you said you believed me already before. You just offered me something you should already have.
あとお前は毒で今夜最後はちゃんと見とってやるから安心
How
しろ。
would you do that?
なんだか私が勝ってもつまんないね。
If you win, you die.
ケイチ君が勝った方のご褒美の方が楽しそうだよ。
仕方ねえだろ。お前そういう話だからわざわざ学校を乗っ取ったんじゃなかったのかよ。
そうだったんだっけね。
She does look less crazy.
ごめん、忘れそうになっ
Maybe
てたよ。
exercise is the key to getting rid of the demon presence. Rena smiled sadly for a moment, but soon that expression was wiped off her face too.
俺は何しろレナのメイドさんがかかってるんだからよ。意地でも勝ちに行
Yeah,
くぜ。
yeah, of course, I'm sure you do.
ブーブー、レナが勝っても面白くない
You
よ
can。
なんだよ。じゃあ今から帰るか。レナが勝ったらどうするよ。
I want your flesh. Finally, Rena smiled happily again. The breeze dried our sweat. It was a good feeling. We no longer went crazy, even with the moon out. We could finally enjoy the coolness of the evening. It would be so nice if we could just lie down on our backs and gaze at the moon. Yeah, Rena, you're 100% getting jail time, even if this ends nicely. Still smiling a little, Rena spoke.
私もケイチ君と同じご褒美がいいな。
Rena's just like, I just want to be your maid. That's all I really want, so we'll make that happen.
なんだよそれ。俺がメイドかよ。 どぎついな。
別にメイドさんじゃなくていいよ。でも他は同じ。朝は私におはようって言って、夜は私におやすみって言ってほしい。
Wow, yeah, they're just coming out with this.
いっぱい私に優しくしてほしい。いっぱい私を楽しくさせてほしい。
Sounds like she's asking him to be her boyfriend.
あれこれじゃ私が勝っても圭一くんが勝っても私たちずっと一緒なんだよね。
Rena, you're going to jail. Big time.
一緒ではあるが、待遇にえらい違いがあるけどな。
Hey, her laugh's not creepy anymore. Never mind. Never mind.
どうしてこんなにも大好きな圭一くんと私はこんなことをしてい
You
るんだ
were
ろう。
upset that I stopped you from blowing up the school and everybody in it.
さてな、どうして俺たちは屋根の上になんかいるんだ。何しに俺たちはここへ登ったんだっけ。
どうしてだったっけ。
Are you trying to be funny, or do you just think I'm stupid?
忘れちゃったよ。
バカと煙は上へ登るっ
Oops,
てや
all
つだろ。
airheads.
じゃあ俺たちは二人とも大バカだな。
バカ仲間だね。
仲間だな。
This is a very weird scene.
じゃあそろそろ行こうじゃねえ
Both
か。
with the same thing. Why do you have to try to kill each other?
せっかくの体がクールダウンしちまう。
そうだね。体が冷めちゃわないうちに決着をつけよう。
We readied our weapons and took our stances. I thought you didn't want to fight anymore.
私ね、やっぱりやめないってそう言おうと思った。
I shook my head slowly.
ダメだ。決着は必要なんだ。
What?
じゃないと終わらない。せっかくの俺とお前の戦いが終われない。うやむやじゃダメなんだ。
What? I don't understand.
綺麗に終わらないとダメ
You're
なん
being
だ。
irrational.
こんなのおかしい。ひょっとしたらどっちが勝っても負けてもご褒美がなしになるかもしれな
I
い。
just realized. Guys, I finally realized. This is Autism Simulator. This is showing what it's like for non-autistic people, how it feels like to be autistic. Because you're encountering these people where you're like, they're just acting completely irrationally. Why are they acting this way? This is what it feels like to be autistic.
その時も恨みっこはなしだぜ。だから先に言っとく。
何？
楽しかったぜ。
私もだよ。
レナ、仮に俺たちのどちらかが死のうと
Why does one of you have to die if you both don't want to kill the other now?
だからまた
今度は普通に遊んで普通に笑い合って普通に恋をしよう。絶対に互いを疑わない。
Man, yeah,
互いを絶対に信じ合う。
they really are laying on the Keiichi X Rena fanfic heavily here. Wow.
だから絶対に会えるよね。絶対だよね。
ああ、絶対だ。
Tears appeared in Rena's eyes. I noticed I was about to break down too.
じゃあ行くぜ。
There was no signal, but we stepped forward at the same time. Oh, whoa! Oh, let's go! Oh, that's gotta be the final thumbnail, right? That's incredible. Our shadows jumped in the moonlight. We were fighting so viciously earlier, but now it was like we were moving very slowly. It must have looked like a shadow play. Everyone was watching the shadows dance. How cinematic. Rena's shadow hit my metal bat violently. As a result, I let go of it. Uh-oh. The metal bat bounced once on the roof, then rolled down to the schoolyard. I had lost my weapon. Here was Rena's chance. Of course she wouldn't miss it. Oh. Dude. It's so simple. But my gosh, it's so effective. I love it. I was laying flat on the roof, and Rena got on top of me. Rena's knees were holding down my arms, and there was no way for me to fight back. The moon is divided in two. The shadow of Rena's hatchet had split the moon right down the middle. This is the end.
やるな。腕が抜けねえや。
ねえケイチくん、もう決着ついたんだよね。
おいおい、そいつを振り下ろすまではまだ
But then
つ
she
かない
doesn't
ぜ。
get her wish.
嫌だ
Yeah, thank you.
うん？
嫌だよ、嫌だ。
Rena's arms were still raised, but tears were pouring from her eyes.
どうしてこんなことになっちゃったんだろう。どこで変になっちゃったんだろう。私はみんなを大好きで、みんなを信じていたはずなのに、どこで信じられなくなってしまっ
When
たん
the
だろう。
demons were whispering in your ears.
どうしてケイチ君にナタを振り上げているのかわかんない。どうして私はこんなにも大好きな仲間たちにこんなにも恐ろしいことをしてしまったんだろう。
お前、そうか。気づいたのか。この世界で。
自分で自分が信じられないよ。こんなにもあんなにも楽しい日々だったのに、どうして私は何の不満もなかったし、何の不安もなかったのに、どうして自分で壊してしまうような真似を。
レナ、お前はやっぱりすげえよ。
After I killed you and Mion, I didn't realize I had done anything wrong, so I left a note and called Uisi-san. I still believe that someone else was at fault. Even after I was dead. I didn't even notice I had sinned. How sad it was to kill my friends because of a little misunderstanding, even when they were trying to help me. Still want to know why Rena was stalking him, though. And how painful it was not to realize it was a sin.
だからレナはすごいんだよ。仲間を一人も殺さなかった。
I love how I had to spell. You didn't kill anyone. You didn't kill any of your friends.
お前は罪を犯す前にさすがだよレナ、さすがだよ。俺とは違うんだ。
Rena stood up slowly and lowered her hatchet.
仲間を傷つけたよ。みーちゃんにひどいことをした。
後で謝っとけ。俺的には当分の間姉妹の入れ替わりを見抜
Wow!
けてちょうどいい傷跡だと思
That's
ってるぞ。
dark. But it's true.
それに殺しちゃってるもんね。
ん？誰も殺してないだろ。誰を
Have you
殺した
forgot
の？
about Rena and Teppei? Just like, bruh, everyone forgot about us.
マミやリナと北条哲平。
Well, they sucked, so it's
あいつらが。
okay.
あの二人を殺すことは正しいことだと思ってた。でもあの二人を殺した日からもう世界は狂い始めていったと思う。
Well, no, I think the world started to go crazy. Rena tried to kill you. If you hadn't killed Rena, you would have been dead. So, Rena's death was kind of justified. You went a little too far with the lead pipe, though. Teppei's, nah, you could have gotten out of that without doing that. Although, it probably would have resulted in Satoko getting abused again, so...
だということはあの二人を殺すのは正しいことじゃなかったのかな。
正しいかどうかは知らんが最善手じゃなかったことは確かだな。
最善手って？
そんなこともわからないのかよ。
I grabbed Rena's head and embraced her. Then I told her something so simple. It was so simple that anyone could think of it. Killing people is wrong. So brave, but Rena didn't do it. I didn't do it either back then.
何かやばかったり疑いそうになったり辛いことがあったりした時はな、
It was so simple.
仲間に相談するんだよ。
Oh no!
そうだよね。
Oh, that's a beautiful but also a sad CG right there.
そうだよね。
Rena cried in my arms for a while. She cried about the wrong choice she made at the very beginning. The choice couldn't have been hard to see. I'm sure it was something that was within her grasp. How stupid it was to worry about it by herself. She had friends. She had friends whom she trusted. Why did she think she couldn't talk to her friends about it?
私が間違ってた。どうして話さなかったんだろう。なんで私はみんなを信じてるのに信じてなかったんだろう。
俺もかつてそうだった。だから俺は笑わねえぞ。でも気づけたならいいんだ。しかもレナは俺なんかよりずっと早く気づけたじゃねえか。
We will trust each other. We will never doubt our friends. We will rely on each other. We will talk to each other and help each other. That's why friends are always happy and why we can endure anything together.
じゃあレナ、幕の降りた舞台だけどさ、これで全部おしまいだぜ。
カーテンコールって何かな。
まあまあ、俺の独り言だ。最後だけ付き合ってくれよ。
We stood up together, holding hands. The moon was hiding behind us. When I nodded, Rena threw away her hatchet. It disappeared into the darkness below. You could have hit somebody with that! Then I spoke to the audience in hell. The demons who weren't expecting this ending. I was proclaiming victory.
これで今宵はおしまいだぜ。
Well, there we go.
俺たちは惨劇に打ち勝った。もう俺たちは互いを疑わない。だからいつまでも結
Bro,
束
did
して
they
い
just
る。
get married?
だからどんな惨劇が訪れようとも二度と屈すると思うんじゃねえ。悲劇など知るか、惨劇など知るか。悪魔どもが喜ぶ脚本が俺たちが全部ぶち壊してやるぜ。
Are you sure about that? Ooh! Oh, what? Oh, that's sick. The incident at the Forest Service Field Office in Hinamizawa. Date of event, midday, June 25th, the 58th year of the Showa era. Location, Hinamizawa, Shishibone City, X-Comb, inside the Forest Service Field Office. Summary, on June 25th, the suspect, Rena, broke into the Forest Service Field Office in Hinamizawa. She forced her way into the classroom of the local school, housed within the office complex, and proceeded to take 25 people hostage. The suspect scattered a large quantity of gasoline and held the school hostage for over 7 hours. The situation remained in a deadlock for some time, but at this time, several hostages they fled the building. Same time, a special unit from the Osaka Police Department's 2nd Riot Division arrived on scene. 24 of the hostages were safely rescued. Reigning hostage fled to the roof, and after a brief pursuit, the suspect engaged him in close combat. At 9:10, she agreed to disarm and surrender. Bruh, that was like only 25 minutes. Okay, free the last hostage. Casualties 4, all minor injuries. Details below. Sonosaki Mion. She was captured until by the suspect around noon that day. She escaped at 18:45 and was taken to safety. The suspect inflicted minor injuries on her during the fight. Furude Rika. She was captured by the suspect around noon that day. She escaped at 18:45 and was taken to safety. The suspect inflicted minor injuries on her during the fight. Hosho Satoko. She was captured at suspect around noon that day. She escaped at 18:45, taken to safety. She fell and suffered minor injuries during her escape. Keiichi Maibara. He was captured by the suspect around noon that day. He was released by the suspect at 19:10. He received minor injuries when he engaged in combat with the suspect. Regarding the arrest of Higurashi, she disarmed and surrendered to the police at 19:10 and was subsequently arrested. She was taken to the Okinomiya police station and questioned. She admitted to the outline given above. Minor injuries. Just minor injuries. There has been some dispute about the accountability of the suspect during the crime, but after subjecting her to psychiatric examination, the prosecution determined the suspect is fully accountable for her actions. The defense is in direct opposition to this and has submitted to their own psychiatric examination report denying the suspect's accountability. The trial is currently in session. That's a Phoenix Wright trial I'd like to play. Didn't Rena die when she was barely able to run anymore and had broken bones? I think she didn't have to try finishing the job. Well, that's why I said she went too far with the lead pipe. Where she like repeatedly smashed her and like over and over again. Keiichi has no idea what's going to happen to Rika. Maybe it didn't happen to Rika this time. Maybe she didn't die. Because she was supposed to die that day by Rena's hand, but Keiichi saved her. There's one final tip, but it's quite lengthy. How lengthy do you mean? Like 2 hours? I'm reading all the tips. Higurashi when they cry. The scenario jump mode has been unlocked. The game features a scenario jump mode. You can replay any scenario you've completed before on the start menu. Yes. The tips reading room has been unlocked. You can now read the tips you've obtained so far. To view and select the extra from the title menu and then pick the read all tips option. The staff room has been unlocked. This is a thank you message for purchasing the game. To go there, select extra at the title screen menu and pick the staff room option. New tips acquired. The Demon Script. Oh. Maybe another 20 to 30 minutes. Wow, that's a long tip. We can do that. The Curtain Call. Overcome a tragedy. Achievement unlocked.